Hi guys, welcome to MediaBite. Thank you for clicking on this video. I was trying to ponder what my favorite television shows of all time are. It took me a very long time to kind of sort out the list into the order I did. But this would probably, at the time of writing this, be the list of my top 5 favorite television shows. So stick around to see our list, and if you want to follow us on TikTok, it's at MediaBiteCo, Threads and Instagram is at MediaBiteCompany. Well, with that, let's get started. Number 5, Barry. Barry is about a hitman who ends up taking an acting class and attempting to become an actor. Barry is played by Bill Hader, and I believe it's his best role, over even many of his roles, including the ones in Saturday Night Live and Superbad. Not only that, but every single character plotline that happens in this show is fully developed and makes you want to click next episode as fast as your hand can reach your remote. I really don't think you should know almost anything about this show before you watch it, but Barry is by far one of the most intimate shows with the dark side of being a hitman, while also being very funny, both just by itself and very darkly funny. I would definitely check this show out if you've been waiting to watch it, or this is the first time you're hearing about it. Number 4, Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul is a prequel to Breaking Bad. This show sets up a lawyer named Jimmy McGill and his transition from a lawyer who really wants to practice law properly into a dirty lawyer named Saul Goodman who only practices law for his own monetary benefit. There's a lot of components to this show that make it so great. His relationship with his romantic partner Kim Wexler, his boss Howard, and his brother Chuck McGill. I think this show is a great show, and it's honestly almost a better show when it's not the Breaking Bad prequel, but rather the lawyer drama. I don't know how Vince Gilligan managed to make 2 of the best shows of all time. It's worth watching, but definitely watch Breaking Bad first. Number 3, The X-Files. The X-Files is one of my favorite sort of episodic television shows I've ever watched. It revolves 2 people, a doctor who's assigned to the X-Files. She's a skeptic and doesn't believe in anything like ghosts or monsters or anything paranormal. And the leader of the X-Files, Mulder, believes in everything paranormal, and both are assigned to different cases in the X-Files. And it has a lot to do with the relationship and how they deal with the paranormal, and dealing with the FBI who is actively trying to hide the paranormal world. This show is probably one of the best paranormal type shows I've ever watched. It's definitely worth watching 7 times over if you're really into this type of paranormal show. The Sopranos, number 2. Sopranos is an insight into a mob family, but not from the way of Goodfellas, but actually shows you an insight into a family, where the dad is the mob boss and the whole family is kept out of the mob as much as possible. They also show you the insights of the mob boss and the mob, and the dad, Tony Soprano, as he both runs the mob family and deals with the tough decisions and things he has to do with being a father and being in the mob, and making sure that they both stay as separated as possible. Very insightful, but it does have its slow moments, so if a kind of meditation, but with kind of splatters of violence and things like that really isn't something like you're interested in, I would kind of make sure you know what kind of show this really is before you watch it. So number 1 is Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is by far one of the most interesting television shows I've ever watched. Every single episode feels important, and every plot detail is surprising, well acted, and deserves its top position. I really think you shouldn't know much about this show before you see it, but basically a man named Walter White gets cancer and decides to cook meth to give his family money before he dies. I think every character is interesting and everything about this show is enticing and well thought out. It's honestly a marvel of television. Watch it as soon as you can, move it up your queue if you need to. Well, that is my list. Thank you for watching. If you disagreed, please put your list of shows in the comments below. If you want to give us any amount of money on Patreon, I'd be more than happy. At MediaBiteCo on TikTok and at MediaBiteCompany on Threads or Instagram. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace.